Yo, Mandem podcast episode 267.
267.
I believe it's 267.
Flinching. Welcome back, man.
We're back.
Sean.
Yeah, another week, first of the year.
Yeah, it's been okay, man. Ease myself back into the week. You don't want to stress yourself out too much and keep the anxiety low. As FJ says, it's Zen FJ.
Is that what it's
Yeah. We need to just take that approach and just be Zen.
First
don't
of all,
do
though,
too much, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's day 7, so I guess it was technically it's within range.
Yeah,
You
Monday.
can say that.
Just on the cusp.
It's Monday, I think it's done.
It expires, yeah.
Yeah, Monday you can't say anymore.
Happy New Year, man. I was gonna say we brought it in together, but Les
wasn't there. But
Yeah.
yeah. Nice one, man.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Nice one. I think we were speaking about it on the last pod.
How to bring it in.
And it was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No stress.
Chilled vibes.
Good people.
Easy. That's how I want to bring it in, kind of.
Yeah, New Year's these days need to be easy. Like we said the last pod.
Yeah, we don't. No fuss, innit?
I think I turned up
hype.
11:45 or 10 to 12.
Yeah, Dan came in clutch, as usual.
Just before the.
Do you have shorts on?
Of course he did.
Because someone sent a picture of someone, I can't remember who it was, but in the corner, I see a guy with shorts on.
Oh, I think it was a picture of the kids. And I might have been.
Yeah.
It could only be Dan or Chris, innit?
I thought, let's be comfortable, man. I bought my sliders. I was in shorts. Yeah, it was good, man. It's good for that home.
Yeah, shout out Dibs, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Host with the most.
Graceful hosting. I don't know why I've said that.
Yeah,
Great hosting.
It works.
Yeah.
How's your first week been? You lot been writing stuff down. Gratitude bowl, gratitude pot, vase. Waking up 5 a.m. club. Any 5 a.m. clubbers?
No 5 a.m.ers. Been waking up fairly early, but it almost like no matter what time you get up at the moment, it's dark, isn't it? So it doesn't feel too mad anyway. But you're getting up good time. Hitting the gym.
I see, Rich, you've been posting a daily account of your attendance.
Yeah,
trying to ruffle some feathers.
No, it's not
inspire. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know.
It's just a record for me. Because
It's semi-accountability as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just to let you know I've done it. I don't know if you have,
like, where's number 4? Where's number 5?
Number 4 is today. Number 5 will be tomorrow.
Okay.
I've taken some days off as well. I think people thought it was gonna be every day. I'm like
60.
Let's get real, guys.
6 times, sorry.
That's not happening. But I started. So last year I had New Year, Christmas and New Year's. I was in Tenerife, and I was out running and all of that. And I post little things, I'd capture it. I wasn't posting it because I had there was haters about, and I thought like someone might snitch that I'm away and all of that was get me in trouble at work.
Fair.
So I didn't. But it's just good to look back on. It's just an account, really. So I'm just trying to keep that going.
Your journal, your online journal.
Yeah, it's a journal. Public journal. This time, I guess.
Was your gym like rammed? Was it the
more people as expected?
Oh yeah, definitely.
As expected, I said.
Definitely more people.
There's going to be bare noobs in the gym. There's not bare, but yeah, it's pretty full. But
it's good, man.
Is what it is. Most of them will be gone by.
I see a few
Valentine's
inductions.
Day.
Yeah. I see a few inductions running this week. Some fresh gym garms. Thinking, you're new to this.
Yeah, I've been going out in the afternoon. Excuse me. And I've seen a few faces I've never seen before. Where the gym is, unless you like live locally, you're not really gonna go there.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing faces I've never seen before.
Oh, welcome on board, man.
And yeah, lunchtime usually there's 1 or 2 usual faces and not a few a few men and women. But now it's like kind of busy.
Good, man.
At lunch.
It's good. Health is wealth, as they say, man. They say.
No, so far good start to the year. I mentioned it on the last pod. I guess we didn't go into it. I'm in a full-time role. I've got a new job, really. So started that. What was it? The 3rd Tuesday. Short week, but I say
the half zip to let them know.
Day one. But my the staff I'm managing weren't in. They did work from home, so it's like it really gets cracking this week. But let them know.
Nice, man.
I'll have it on Monday.
Yeah,
we gotta get. Decent start. Settling. It's a place I've worked for before, innit? But
okay,
it's like
the terms are different.
Kind of new.
You have to speak different, like, or different meetings and
different meetings. Yeah, different meetings. Still kind of in the onboarding process, and then just being introduced to people that I know or know of, but I wouldn't have been introduced to before because I'm now senior.
You see the onboarding process, yeah? I try and drag that out for as long.
See,
it's been long.
when I hate it. Like I just want it over with. Like
Nah, man.
Do you lot have to do like loads of like compliance stuff?
to start with.
Depends where you work.
Yeah.
Some places I've worked and it's like you're doing it for like a week. There's like you got to do this test, then that test, then this test.
I haven't started them. I've got to do those. This
But then some places not really. Smaller places not really.
The reason I hate all that onboarding process is because inevitably you have to like ask someone or rely on someone. Like, where's this?
Oh, can you?
That's one thing I hate. Like, I want to go to my desk and not have to speak to anyone. Have my workload like just here. I don't need to tap man. Walk over to his desk and say like, yeah. That's why I'm not a massive fan of just the start.
I just drag it out because then it means
doing less work.
Kicks in like later, way down. Just 6 months down the line. 6 months in, I'm still on.
Still can't get onto the portal, man. yeah, cold.
But yeah, no. Started this year, first week. It just feels like it's just a continuation from last year, which it
more the same
much is.
I feel like work-wise and whatnot, everyone was treating this as like another extended week of
big time
fuckery.
Yeah.
It weren't really popping, which is cool.
Yeah, I wasn't sweating too hard.
Yeah. Fresh start Monday
this week.
Fresh start on Monday. Resolutions: we eating well. Dry Jan, damp Jan. Where we at?
I'm doing dry Jan. What's damp Jan?
Damp Jan's like maybe like one on like a Friday. Damp Jan. Yeah, damp Jan.
No, I'm doing dry Jan. I've done it before. It's just, and I was talking to someone the other day and it's like, do you notice the difference? I guess it's only been like a week, but when I did it before, I don't really notice.
That's good.
I don't really notice the difference.
That means you don't drink like crazy. Have you not clocked that? You know when you have to like fill out some kind of health form or whatever, and they'll be like, how many drinks do you have a week?
Oh, and you're like, none.
No. Is something happening? But for some man,
go bare high.
some man are like
5+
routinely have 6 drinks a week. It's like, nah, bro.
I know some people who, I won't say the connection to me, but they say like, like every other day or like 4 times a week.
Why?
When I get home. I'm thinking, like, what is the purpose?
Like what?
The one drink every other day, what is that doing for you?
Why? Like,
when I drink, I like to drink to get like lit.
I do things. It's alongside, isn't it? It's like almost like a side to an activity.
Yeah.
Like, we've gone out for a nice meal. We're having a red wine.
Yeah.
Come
on.
Merlot boys.
Malbec.
Okay.
No, fair enough. Yeah. I drink to turn up.
But with purpose,
to be the real me.
Yeah. You got mask off.
Yeah. But I don't know what
comes out.
Yeah, like let me be myself. But yeah, people just say like, oh, have like a beer, like a one beer, like.
Have you ever drunk by yourself? By the way,
do that. No.
What? Regardless of the setting, like a yard, gone out,
just wherever. I mean, just by yourself.
I have. Yeah.
Only time I did it was in COVID, I think.
I think COVID
on your
by myself.
We used to go on like online.
Yeah.
And
but that was still kind of social.
Together,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm not usually like come home or open a bottle of beer and just sit down and watch football by myself. I'm not really.
It depends. I think it depends, and you can drink what you like and what you want.
Drink what you
I think I wouldn't.
Cosmopolitan.
That's mad. That's
mad. On your own.
That's hard work.
Whisking up a cocktail.
Yeah.
Serving it
just to sit in front of the TV. It depends on what drink. Beer, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to the shop and be like, I'm going to buy a case of beer But wine's very different. I think wine is a drink you can have while relaxing. So if I'm home alone, I'll be like, and it's there.
Nah, but by alone,
I think there's some sophistication with the wine, isn't it?
It's making it, innit? It's like you do that. It's saying there's levels, like, it's because it's wine, it's okay, innit?
Beer drinkers.
I've done the beer thing, actually. I'm chatting. I've done it with a game. Or like Friday.
Yeah.
F&F thing. Like, fuck it, man. End of the week, have one.
Yeah, it's not really.
But it's
I might
not-
start, man. Depending how the year goes.
yeah. But
do more.
I guess I'm doing dry Jan, but not intentionally. I just don't drink like that.
To be fair, we went out yesterday for like a light little link up.
No,
You didn't, but you didn't drink less.
No, well played, son. I had a Coke and
A smile, Coke and a smile.
Eating well.
trying.
Again, mildly for me at the moment. That doesn't kick in until phase 2.
Okay.
No.
When is that? Like March.
Like it's like when spring shows and you know certain things you can see them. They're just coming up over the horizon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think this point
get
is
down.
taking little things out of the diet that were probably there before. So alcohol being probably one of the biggest things.
You got to filter out thing, innit? You got to filter out Christmas. Almost because Christmas we overindulge.
Can't have biscuits every day.
Yeah, like
No.
mince
Cake.
pies every day.
Yeah,
Like slow it down.
yeah.
Actually, I was gonna bring a cake here because it ain't finished. I was gonna try to offer it to you, man.
Nice.
Next week maybe. But yeah, you got to filter them things out slowly.
Get back to the basics of the tuna.
Just the grind.
Dry pasta.
No, my pasta's not dry. Stop it.
It's mad. But yeah, it's done, man. And I'm trying
sorry.
to eat better. Go on, Rich.
Before we do the weekly wrap up,
Oh,
I had a very unusual week when I think about it. I don't know how I haven't said this already.
it's just scarred you. You got trauma from it or something.
I'm confused by it still. I'm very fucking confused by it. And you would have seen if you was paying attention on Insta. I went and saw Derren Brown.
Yeah, I saw you post that.
I saw you post that.
This week.
I was thinking, where did you find the tickets?
No.
How did you know Derren
I've
Brown's
seen-
still
I've seen
working?
It's been advertised, isn't it, on Underground?
the fuck?
And I was like, when he was, I don't know, I feel like he's not as relevant as he was once
There
upon a
aren't
time.
lit magicians anymore, innit?
There's less and less, I think because there's more cameras and you can just run shit back, you see how shit's done. And I don't even know if you call him a magician, to be fair. But I used to be quite into him when I feel like he used to do loads of shit with Channel 4, these experiments and wonders. And I'd be like, this is entertaining stuff. Confusing, can't figure out how it works. But saw him and I was like, yeah, let's try that. I think I booked it back in December. Went this Thursday. And boy,
Still astounded by what you saw in that.
what I saw, what I didn't see, fam, it's mad. That's what I can say.
Magic is real.
It's not magic here. I don't believe in magic. But
The illusion.
Trickery.
I believe in hypnotism. You know, like when you would see, it's usually like, in my mind, it's at some holiday resort, and there's some B-rate magician.
We saw this one of our good friends, and it was one of the
Whenever hypnotism is mentioned,
confusing things I've seen.
What happened?
Like, who wants to do it? Boom, boom, boom. He's the guy, like, yeah, I'll do it. He's gone up there, sitting on a chair, couple other, like, holiday makers. And I can't remember how they hypnotized him or them. But did he go underless? He was like...
it was weird. He was in some weird thing.
And we were just watching from us, just laughing, like, this is so weird.
So was he doing bare weird shit and stuff like that?
No, not really.
Not crazy stuff, but I think there were, like, a few prompts and, like, probably like, ooh, like they didn't know, or like, Bob.
Like, raise your arm.
Yeah.
Like
But I'm thinking, cat.
that's what I'm saying. I've always been like, God, whatever. Like, oh, so you I always said to myself, them man are just,
Compliant.
they're yes men.
Yeah.
They're just yes men. And they're just doing what he says. And like, I guess there's a fear of like fucking up the man's show or whatever as well. So you're just like, fuck it, let me play along kind of thing. However, this week, it changed. It changed.
Okay.
I wasn't like, when I say I was hypnotized, I wasn't up on
the whole crowd.
I wasn't on stage or anything. He hypnotized
Everyone in their seats.
a lot of the crowd.
Okay.
And this is like, I have to describe it to you. So, in fact, there's a
Here we go.
I'm not going to chair, boys.
Pick a card from the middle. Don't show me a
I'm
card.
gonna make
Pick
Dan
a card
disappear
anywhere.
everywhere.
Finally.
Micro repair. No, but he was like, oh, like, let's pick a card kind of thing. You've taken out, if I can fucking open these. It doesn't really matter. You've taken out a 10 of diamonds, yeah? He's put that in a box. The guy's like analyzed the box. By the way, this guy's very suggestible. He made the guy forget his name and shit like that already. So he's weeded out that he knows this is a good target. Made the guy like before this actually made the guy forget the number 7. He done it to a few people. So it'd be like, oh, count to 10. And man will get to 6 and it'll be like,
wow, what is this?
8? Like, and it's like it's spooky, Dan. And you're like, oh, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, he does it. He's got this guy on stage. He's got given him a card. He selected his card. He's got a box. The guy's checking that the box. There's no tamper proof, yeah. And then he's like, I'm gonna make this card, your card from here, go into the box here. It's on a quite big table. Like, he can't just reach it.
Yeah.
And he hypnotizes the guy or whatever. He goes under, and he says basically when he does a countdown or something like this, to the guy, it's gonna look like the card's just gone into the box. Doesn't know how it happened, but he's hypnotized the guy. But the guy is basically in his hypnotized state. He's gotten up and put the card in himself.
Okay.
Then sat back down. Then he's woken up, been like, nothing happened. I've had my hand on the thing the whole time. There's no way it could happen. Anyway, he reveals it. There's a cameraman on stage as well who records it and plays it back to the guy. And the guy's bare confused. So I'm like, okay, I guess you hypnotize him kind of thing. Bro.
He does not, man.
He does this thing again. The same experiment with the same guy, but he's got like some hanging box. He's like, I'm going to put it up here. Like, the box is high. You need to put a chair there and get on it. So it's going to take time to do it. Anyway, he does this countdown thing, and then he did it the first time as well. There's this red light that flashes. And then from our perspective, the red light's flashed, and then you can see this thing swinging. So it's like someone had to hit it at least. If the card's in there, he shows us the card's in there. And then, but it was just a second. It was like that. Then at the end of the show, he showed us the footage, and the guy walks around and all that. But I never saw that. Like, the crowd never saw that. We were hypnotized. Fam, it's the like I'm bugging. I swear to God, bro.
This is mad, man.
Like,
what topics you got?
I might need, bro. I might need to second opinion from.
I wasn't the only person. Bare people were thinged in the crowd. Like, you have to. This is why I say you have to see it yourself.
Yeah.
See it to believe. But then you didn't see it.
That's the thing. And he says that apparently he says it can come back to you. Like, later in the week, you might remember it. But like, that's why I said I'm kind of shaken, because I'm like, fam, he's like, see the Men in Black thing?
Yeah.
Like, I must have seen, because I didn't close my eyes. I saw it all happen, but a man's made me forget the last 30 seconds.
Rich fell asleep.
Bro, it's like
long day at work.
It's mad. It's mad. Like, I don't know how it's done or whatever, but you have to see it and then chat to me.
It's one of them things, unless it happens to you, you experience it personally. Yeah, I'm
gonna be a cynic forever.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, I'm like, and it's mad because it's reliable people.
You have to go. That's why I said it's suggestible. And there was like an intermission, and we was talking about what we saw, and I was like, I just think these men are just very suggestible. That's what it is. They play, bro.
He's done yours. Just a suggestible guy.
Fam, it's fucked. It's like, it's actually fucking with me.
Yeah. I'm like,
it's mad.
All that stuff, hypnosis, whatever.
That's how I was.
It's mad.
Yeah.
Would you go again to a Derren Brown?
Yeah,
I'll start speaking to mediums and that.
No, fuck that. I'll go again, but his thing is not like, I don't think it's magic. I think it's, again, I've been thinking about it since I went, and I think it's more like, like, here's probably the best way to describe it, because it's a way that you've got, that we're all getting already. You know, when you go into let's say Insta explore page, there's stuff that you want to see, but you don't want to see.
You haven't searched it or...
No, like you've liked it previously, so the algorithm knows you and all that. I'm talking about thoughts. I don't want to go on Instagram and just see them. I try to train my algorithm, but my subconscious knows I want to see that.
What you want,
and that's where it seems like how it works. It's under your conscious mind, and you're gonna see what you're being kind of forced with.
He's a dangerous man still.
But that's what I was thinking. If you had this power,
it's a dangerous.
But again, I know how much cap and shit it sounds like I'm chatting when I'm saying this, but please, if you can go.
Now I believe you're credible, man. So I believe.
I don't feel like I'm credible because I'm believing it.
yeah.
I feel like my credibility's gone out the window. But
I know what I know.
He's good for Aaron still. He's done well there.
no, he's done very well. I need to go again as well though. Like, because I don't want to get got though.
Yeah, again.
Because then you just feel like, I'm a
getting
fucking
weird.
sucker.
You're
Like,
trapped
what's
in.
wrong with
Yeah, you might get locked in the
But
other side.
yeah, you man, please check it out.
Down.
I actually need one of you man to see it.
Yeah, if you go again, shout me. I'll
Smack.
Others would be like, no, man, you see my man put stack the chairs up and he slap the box. You didn't see that? No, man.
So I went. Frank was there, innit?
Oh, okay.
Frank said it never happened to him, but that's just such a Frank.
Then what
thing
did
to
he
say.
say? What did he see?
He said he saw it all happen,
Okay.
but 3 out of 4.
Inside he knows.
3 out of 4 saw what I saw, and then he's the man that.
Well, he told you what had happened after everyone had seen. What
Yeah,
happened.
but that's what I'm saying. After the reveal,
It's easy.
you've said, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Everyone knows.
bet you did, man.
Yeah.
But there's no way I can't tell.
I'm not going. I don't need all that stuff, man. Start of the year.
It's bad vibes, isn't it?
Messed up, like, my whole year, I'm just questioning what happened.
My whole outlook's changed.
It's not cool.
Yeah, that was the wildest thing. That was a crazy week just because of that alone. But yeah,
Crazy.
smoke and mirrors, maybe.
Yeah. The craziest thing that happened to me this week is going to Nacktown for an exchange. Wow, I was telling this.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah. I had it was a quiet week at work, so I thought, let me just extend my lunch break.
Nice.
Just do some shopping. Had to make an exchange. But bad customer service, you lot talk about it in restaurants and that. But I experienced shocking customer service at Nacktown. I asked.
How so?
I went to customer service. It was a gift for baby boy. It's too small, but we needed a bigger one. Really nice gift, whatever.
Someone bought it. Gift receipt.
Panda
thing.
dunks. Daryl bought them. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Some panda dunks. So went there, customer service. Yeah, man. Like, I just need to like change these, get a bigger size.
Simple.
Sold the story and the girls checked. She's like, yeah, we got them in stock. Like, that's all good. Just go to floor 2, training section. They'll sort you out. I'm like,
Nice.
this is going well. 'Cause see stuff like exchanges,
Good
or
stuff.
any like stuff like that. I just avoid it.
Yeah.
I just don't do it. So I've gone up there, gone to the trainer section, spoken to the guy. He's giving me all the chat, good chat. Yeah, we got them in stock. Yeah, this is the high heat product, but blah blah blah. All you gotta do is just go over to the kids section. So I'm like, cool. Now we're on a bit of a
bit
journey now. We're trying
around
to
the house is a
my
little.
steps are going, but they're saying they're in stock. Go over to these 2 clowns, youngish, yeah. And straight away I've clocked these men ain't gonna give me the crap.
You just know it.
I just felt like they didn't accept me how I needed to be accepted. Gone over the youth saying, checked it. Like they're in stock, but they're not listed on the system. So I'll check with the manager to see if we can get them. So he disappears, probably goes around the corner, peeks, sees if I'm not looking, comes back. Yeah, they're not on the system yet. So all you got to do is go online, buy them online, return these ones, and then that should be all right. I was like, what?
Nah, bro.
But then he buzzed out, he disappeared. Like, he hit me with the words, and I'm just like,
Young hypnotism.
yeah, I think his name was Derren. But I weren't happy with it. I was chewing. So I'm going back over. Like, I've met him somewhere else. He's like stocking socks. Bro, what did you say? He's like, yeah, like what you got to do is you got to return them because they're not on stock, but they're in the back. So like look online. Then I've gone on the webpage. I'm like, they're not here. He's like, sorry, man.
No.
And then
It's unacceptable.
Nah.
I was kind of like, is that it? Like, so then I like walked away from him. But I'm fuming. And I don't know why Oxford Street shops are bare hot.
Yeah,
Toasty in there, actually.
It's
Proper
bare hot. I was like getting the anxiety was all kicking in. I was getting vexed. But then I've seen like a manager. I was like, I can't give up.
Did
Seen this manager.
Is it?
She didn't have a half zip, but she had an iPad and a lanyard. And then I've said, like, told the story. She's like, yeah, we got those. Goes out the back, comes out, boom, 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 head it, and then boom, take them and go buy a business. I was just thinking, why are brothers treating me like this?
Why? It's so shit because at that very moment, if you left, it's just that's
It would have been over forever. and I've trusted a nice white face, and she's treated me like this. It's mad. So yeah, man, and I get it. Your kind of minimum wage job or whatever. You just want to go to lunch. Yeah, but fuck me, man.
Not ask them to be there.
Yeah,
if you don't like it, you can always
go or work somewhere else. Yeah. But yeah, I was just thinking, it's mad how just based on who you bump into, it can literally just dictate like how things
just fork in the road.
Could have just been stuck with the mini trainers that go on the windscreen. Yeah. But then due to this woman, she actually cared about her job. She said, "Yeah, man, got them, boom, boom, boom." I was just like, "Fuck me,
yeah,
you're an asshole, that kid." But yeah, that was my week. So the highs and the lows, man. Yeah, highs and the lows. I feel you.
But yeah, working in retail, which all Mandem have at some point, you know the response of, "Oh, we don't have it in stock." Sometimes I remember at one place I worked, there was like, "Just say we don't have it," just so like you can stay on the shop floor and serve other customers. Otherwise, if you go, you'll be gone for a long time. Because at the time the stock room wasn't kind of close. Like different floor, like you'd have like all sorts of stuff and you'd be looking for time. So I was like, just say like we don't have it. But then it's like if you just go have a look and we have it, you've changed someone's day like completely.
It's mad. Yeah, I used to work at Sainsbury's and I'd always go at the back.
Yeah, I'd go out my way.
I might be 5 minutes, I might be a while.
But no, I've had a good look. And I think customers can tell when you've tried.
You know, innit?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, from when the youth came back out, obviously I spoke to the manager. It weren't hitting. That's why I had to go back to him and ask again. I said, "Explain this, what he said."
We need more of that though, man. Story again. But sometimes you do get a young hypnotism from people like, man, just hit you with word salad,
diarrhea, bro.
Kind of like okay, and then you're like, but what?
And I was like, oh, that means like I'm just not going to be able to ever change your trainers.
Like, go home.
Yeah, he basically fuck off.
He said, go home.
Jarring, man. But yeah, big up the I don't know, supervisor. I can see why she's in that role, man. She's good at her job.
Yeah, anyone with an iPad is usually they're usually they're even given a task or they are more
seniority in it.
Yeah. You could be trusted when you got an iPad, man. No, it's good, man. It's good. What new stories do we want to dissect?
Well, I remember hearing this, I want to say early in the year, about Prince Harry and William. Has he released a book, some memoirs? What's happened?
Yeah, I think there's a book.
Yeah, he's released a book and it was accidentally apparently leaked. It was sold in a shop like prior to its actual release date.
Okay.
So that's how everyone's getting these excerpts out of it and all of this stuff. And I think this is where all these stories are coming from. And he's got an interview on ITV on Sunday.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. Harry.
How do we feel? Because I feel like I'm starting to see, and this isn't necessarily my opinion, but I feel like I'm starting to see the public,
the backlash,
turn and change on Harry now. I felt like, and
when you say the public,
great British public.
I'm saying the public who were sympathetic previously. I'm seeing them turn.
Yes, I'm seeing supporters jump ship, and the opinions changing. I don't know if it's because people feel like it's gone on too long or he's doing too much. It's a bit odd to me. It's a bit odd.
What, the play from him or?
No, not the play from him.
The turn.
People's turn. I don't really get it, honestly.
I swear.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
I'm like sympathetic to
a point.
To a point whereby they were hounded out due to, I guess, Meghan's creed, colour, whatever.
We understood that.
Yeah, get that. But also hear the cries about just wanting to live like a normal life, trying to just disappear and like not be harassed, chased like his mum was previously. But then you're like caught in the limelight at the same time, which isn't gonna aid you disappearing.
You're not caught in, you're courting.
Courting, which doesn't really go hand in hand with I guess, disappearing. Like, you're doing the celebrity thing, which
It's
goes
probably
hand in
10
hand
times
with
more than.
paparazzi, gossip, tabloids.
Then you're no longer off limits, as say a royal would be.
Yeah.
But I think
And there
it's
are
a funny
celebs
one.
who don't play the celeb game.
Yeah.
But then releasing like a documentary.
I guess I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Now you got the book coming out. Like, there's a lot. This isn't how I would disappear and fade to black, personally.
And I think what I assume, I like to think that he understands, is that you're not just anybody. Your family aren't just anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you want to stay, whether you want to disappear, like, you have to probably work 10 times harder to disappear than a normal celebrity.
You can't disappear.
Yeah.
You actually can't
almost,
disappear.
you almost can't disappear because people want to know what you're up to, especially with everything that's happened before that.
I think him saying he was leaving the royal family, I think that he might have been under the illusion that he wouldn't be under the same scrutiny and public eye. But I think that's
Nah, come on, man. For him to think
he should have known better if that was the case. He's always.
I think there might be a degree, like, you might be less, but then you're always, as Les said, like, who your family is, like, it's always going to be who your mum was, who your dad is.
that being
That's
said,
the king of England, like.
But Prince Andrew, like, nobody really knows what he's doing. Like, anytime.
And I think that's like a choice thing. But then there's still, like, he was married to Fergie.
Fergie, yeah.
What Fergie?
Fergie, the ginger one. The ginger lady.
Not Black Eyed Peas one.
Yeah, not
Yeah, I was thinking, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, sorry, go on. I was like, what?
She's too old for him. But yeah, the ginger Fergie, like, people are gonna be interested in your relationship.
Yeah.
Your kids, what you're up to, extramarital affairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know what you said, like, Andrew isn't as high profile as thing, but
Of course not.
people still follow them about when
You're still gonna have
skiing
attention.
holidays and all this shit. But yeah, I just think, like, the way to fade to black isn't by doing a Netflix doc. But then I guess bills gotta get paid.
What is the way? Can you fade to black, I guess, is my question. I don't think you can.
As Harry, no.
I don't think you can.
Meghan Markle can fade. Well, not anymore.
She could. Neither of them can.
Say they
dated,
dated, and then it didn't go. They dated for years, and then nothing happened, and then they went separate ways. Like, she could go back to all doing what she'd have that attached to her, but she can go back to either fade to black or go back to doing whatever she was doing before. He can't because of who he is.
Yeah, I just think there's extent. Like,
I get what you're saying.
all people are always going to be interested in him. He's always going to have a security detail. Yada yada yada. But
you're selling your.
You could be less in the public eye by not
doing that.
All this stuff.
So if everything, well, a lot of what we heard is correct, he doesn't have the role, but is excluded from the royal budget.
Yeah.
What can you do for money? Because you need, let's be honest,
consultancy. You can do after dinner events.
What's he gonna do though, other than talk about his story?
That's it.
Well, that's what he's doing.
No, he's talking. It's like a gossipy kind of thing.
But it's his. I don't know. I feel we have a funny kind of relationship. I feel like we went through a period where there was a lot of people saying it's my truth, speak your truth, my story, blah blah blah. Is that not what he's doing?
Yes, but then don't say you just want a quiet life.
Yeah,
because by doing this,
I can see how it's
that was
a paradox, isn't it?
That was the tagline from the jump for both of them. Was we want to get away from this? It's a quiet life.
Move into Canada. Now you're in LA.
Like, I think they've realized they need an income.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
and I don't know what else they can do. I don't think she can work a normal job. No, really, because of her attachment. And he can't work a normal job.
Done anything since Suits?
I think she had to leave.
Everything's locked up. But
he said it was a mistake to watch her sex scene.
He said that.
Yeah.
Aye.
Anyone watch Suits? Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch Suits.
No, I used to watch Suits.
Decent scenes.
I can't remember.
Derren Brown. Red light flash. Just can't remember it. Yeah, he said it was a mistake. That was one of the revelations from the book. And I get it. I always thought that as a kid, like, where you'd see, like, who is it? Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, let's say. Let's say Demi Moore's in the film, she's just lips in Tom Cruise's face off. Bruce Willis has just got to be like, yeah. Like your wife is mad. Like or Halle Berry like in Monsters Ball. Like imagine being her husband. Like and that scene.
Do you know what's
It might be real. Like
it's not. It can't be real.
no, it's borderline.
No, it can't be real.
When I was
what's
young,
mad
I
is
thought,
that
"Oh, man.
you would have seen that scene and thought she's cold. Like I want some of that. But then once you're with her, if you look back on that scene, it's heartbreaking.
Nah, it's peak.
But
Oh yeah.
it's acting, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
You don't think what's not real?
Right. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, you
in
have to
Power,
keep it in
James St. Patrick and Angela, you don't think that he's rating what's going on? Like, yeah.
That shit was real.
Or him and Tasha, like,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm just childish, unprofessional actor. That's
It's
me.
no way. It's techie either way, isn't it?
It's fucked, bro.
Even if it's great acting, then now you're thinking, oh, raw, but you was moving like that with me last night, and what is that? It's techie.
Yeah, frail melt you girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said that was a mistake. He said it's just like shit, gossip, tabloid bullshit. He's like he lost his virginity behind a pub to an older lady.
Yeah.
Like what is this?
Yeah, it does sound uncouth and like
Yeah.
below a royal blood.
It's a little bit of smart, like to just
Mm.
drag people in. The other revelation about was it killing 25 Afghans?
Yeah, I heard about that.
That people are saying that that's made him a target now. It's put a target on his back, on his dad's head, even more of a target.
On his dad's head.
Yeah.
What, they're going to be on the king?
People will want revenge. Yeah.
They might not want nothing to do with him anyway.
Yeah, I don't
If
know.
they
I
saw
think that might
Charles,
be a bit
Charles would
reachy.
be like, I even know.
Yeah. I think that's a bit reachy. But
You think?
I don't think he's making the king a target. If anything, he's making himself a target.
Bare news channels, they were like, yeah, like he's just turned it up. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
25 is a lot, though. That's bodies still.
but yeah, probably would have been.
Nah,
from
you know what,
yeah.
Yeah, it was from distance.
Like Denzel, I don't know what film it's in, but the Denzel
Training
theme
Day.
of it when he slaps the table.
I don't know that one.
You know, let me see if I can find it. That's what I imagine like Charles is.
Denzel slaps.
Ah.
In my head, I'm thinking it might be like John Q or something.
But yeah, this all this stuff I'm saying, like this isn't
I know what you
a
mean.
man
It's a
that
bit
wants anonymity.
sleazy, innit?
Yeah, man, it's not for me, man. It's not for me. And then he also revealed that Prince William punched him up.
The man of the fisticuffs.
That's mad. Like that in my head, that shouldn't be happening. Said he sat him down on like a dog bowl or something like that.
You said what?
Dropped onto like a dog bowl.
This one.
Oh yeah.
Let me see.
Oh yeah,
That's Malcolm X. That's it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like those stuff, like that's mad. I could never see any of that shit happening in my family, but I think it does happen in some families, and I think where there's crazy stakes at play,
Yeah,
it's more likely to happen.
These
so-
men fighting over small.
Yeah, it's not small.
Yeah.
Les, you watch it? Have you seen Yellowstone at all? Series.
No.
I've started watching it.
People keep saying it's good,
And it's
but-
not. It's good. It's pretty good. These men are cowboys, but they've got like a mad empire, and it's like kind of Game of Thronesy in that they're going against siblings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But because there's bear to play for,
Mm.
fam, sometimes you need to show first. Like I get it a little,
yeah.
bit, but
Sat him down, man.
again, we're finding out things that you think are below these lot because of how they present, and the reality is, bro, we're all just people, isn't it?
Just some people.
But I hear you though. I get why it's like that's not the way. Do you know what it is as well? It's just not British to kind of be like that.
Or what they purport to be.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna turn that off. I wanted to, but I couldn't reach it. Yeah, it's like these people are supposed to be above in it, or like in the same way that like look at an Obama versus a Trump. One of those people you look at and like with like admiration as a good example.
Statesman or yeah.
Yeah, and these lot. The reality is, it's not that, man. It gets gritty.
Yeah, man. I'm praying for peace for everyone involved, but I just don't want to see them too much, man.
Yeah, I think after the book, I think let's give it a rest, man. Let's just, if the book even still comes
The
out.
documentary,
Yeah.
Man are tuning into that thing though.
it's spinning. It's been spinning in my yard. Like I might hear like a little bit here and there.
No, I mean he's let's say he's got a thing ITV on Sunday or something like that. That sounds like the one.
Oh, you think that one?
Watch it.
It's again.
I didn't even finish the second half of the
I haven't seen
Harry
any of
and
the
Meghan thing.
Not
It's
really.
like he's fought like the footsteps. His mum did the exact same thing. Like ITV Martin Bashir.
Mhm.
Now you're doing more of identity. Like, don't know, man. It's just maybe it's just the path, fate that he has to just walk this journey. But
I just think about it's all going to be in The Crown, innit? So I watched it. Season 8 of The Crown.
Yeah,
or
this is
something
going to
like that.
be
I'll take it and then
16 years. Speaking of like crazy relationships and whatnot, David Haye's come out that he is in a thruple.
Oh yeah.
He is in a relationship with 2 other women.
Mhm.
And I think he said he's told his family and their families and all that stuff. I always had David Haye down as like the elder statesman who still holding on to his youth a bit, still rocking the cane roll.
What better way than to
Wide
do it than
open shirt.
to have 2 girlfriends?
Yeah, I think this just sums it up. What could go wrong with 2 girlfriends?
Everything. One's also one's a model, the other's an ex-pornstar.
Yeah.
It's chosen. Interesting.
We were talking just moments ago about acting sexually.
Yeah. I think
Performative sex.
he's probably gonna like, and it's probably natural. He's going to, radiate towards one more than the other? Maybe like you might want to stay with the porn star one like a bit more in the evenings. Like it's,
What are you doing tonight?
yeah. Like what could go wrong with that? I think that's.
I think bare things
That's
go
tough to
wrong,
see,
like,
man.
but I don't know, man. There's part of me that thinks fantastic. Like I feel like for but not like in a moment fantastic. I feel like Bear Man dream of threesomes and all of that, and it's like this marvelous moment. But I think the reality is Bear Man could never handle a 10-minute threesome. I think you know like bare situations, yeah.
So it's too consuming. Like.
Bro, it's just there's so much more going on than you actually think. It's like what club did it? I think it's AC Milan or Roma who have the really good social media presence.
Yes,
Their man saying I would have buried that goal, and they flew the guy out.
Okay,
And he missed it like he missed it like 20 out of 20 times. He could not do it. And I think that's the reality for Bear Man with threesomes. And the idea of having 2 girlfriends sounds lit, but in reality,
It's not.
and if you look at it realistically, when I think about that, I think that's fucking hell,
It's 2 times,
bro.
everything.
Yeah.
Two times,
Two times of all the bad things.
You may have all the good. Now you got there's 4 breasts. Great, wicked. We've got 4 tits, but we've got twice as many arguments. Or like, I just don't think. I think you have to obviously be a certain kind of man. Props to Haye if he can handle it, but
Like you never really. Oh, you can, but you're never really focused on both at the same time.
Like
It's
say
not-
like
it's
on
not-
the sofa Sunday, you've had the Sunday roast, you're on the sofa. Does he do that?
yeah, that's got.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, of course he has to.
He's got two pecs with heads on the chest.
He's a big lad, isn't he? There's room.
Yeah.
Like at nights, like spooning, who do you spoon?
It's X. Yes,
You
now
have to
He's in the middle.
Yeah.
He's the jam and the sandwich.
yeah. There's a lot. The logistics are shocking. There's that classic social media bullshit argument when they're going somewhere, road trip. Who sits in the front?
Both in the back.
No, he sits on the back, bro.
Yeah, they drive.
They drive.
That's
sits in the middle.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
drive. He sits
Holding on to both chairs, chatting shit from the back. Are we there yet?
I respect like almost the balls for pulling that off,
trying it.
for thinking that you can. I think that's too much. You're biting off more than you can chew. I think personally.
Brave man to like even like say it crossed his mind and he's like, this is actually ticking along nicely. Like, how do I ask? Like,
What do you think happens? Do you think
bravery.
wild night? Like this is my mate. Oh, but both things I'm linking. I brought them both to the same event.
Yeah.
They both want to come home with me. You'd low key. I mean, I'm pretty certain this is not his first threesome. Like he was a heavyweight champion. It's not his first threesome. He's probably like no, let's see if we can run it kind of thing.
Yeah.
It will happen, and everybody was happy. And then you say, do you know what? We had a really good night. Would you feel if whatever her name is come like with your kind of main one? What do you think about joining us tonight? And then keeps going and keeps going. You're like, this is kind of lit. And then I guess you just hope you can maintain it in this kind of honeymoon.
But that,
period.
in that scenario, one is your girlfriend or your partner,
I'm assuming,
or the other.
or they're both things. But you have to ask one of them if they're the other ones. You have to ask them both if they're okay with it. Sure.
Yeah.
But
Consent is key, man.
I mean, power to him.
Yeah, I'd love to see how it plays out. Like, is there like a 70-year-old throuple out there? Like, or,
This is
like, what
what
does it look like in 20, 30 years?
But what does it look like in a year?
Yeah, probably a mess.
Like, I don't know of any success stories.
Mhm.
But I mean,
Growing
that being
old
said,
throuple.
what? Fucking, well, I don't know, 100 years ago?
Mhm.
Wasn't this more commonplace? Like, man having, or
Polygamy, yeah.
where you are in the world,
Yeah, it's still running now.
today,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a certain religion, you can have multiple wives or certain
But they're like
denominations.
not living all under the same roof a lot of the time.
I don't know how it
The
works.
setup. I feel like these lot are like
In the
washing
The
dishes,
cohabiting.
shouting at each other like, you ain't taking the whatever.
I don't think it is. I think I assume he's got enough money in his life is set up in a way that they don't, like, why are we living together? I don't think it's like that. In my head, I don't think it's like that. I think one's here, two is here, I'm where I am, and we like do like things. Sometimes we link up, but it's just like separate. Because us three together
Under the
all
same
time,
Roommates, like a roommates thing. Yeah, I imagine that would probably be too much.
like
And
too much.
he'd probably want some time alone. When you have your you're David Haye,
That must be peak.
when you have your alone time, are they together? Are they separate? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch the game, babe. Like, no, like, don't disturb me. Like, and they're just both cooking. Like, both cooking on that underwear. What's going on?
Or you could be like in a mood with one.
Oh, then you slide.
then you're
No,
peeling.
you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
out.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot. Because then you're breaking the whole thing. The whole thing. You're smashing the whole thing.
Favorites.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's fucked.
Who said
And that's why I think you can't have it in the same place.
it's too much?
It's too much.
Yeah, because you know, girls and quality time. Quality time means
He must be bare tired, man. The stories, the work stories.
oh yeah, and you must fuck that up. You're like, so your manager John? No, John's not my manager. I told you it's Patrick. Guy's dead. Like,
Bad.
I don't know, man.
No, but then the highs might be high. But the only high I can think of is the threesome thing. Like, that's it.
this is what I'm saying. Then
What are the other benefits?
Like,
Just bare
outside
love.
of that-
Oh, maybe.
I don't know, man. And the women have to be a certain kind of woman. I think there's probably even more rules in a throuple than there are in a
conventional couple.
But how do you got a relationship with two people?
More rules. Yeah, because
There has to be more rules.
There's more feelings.
There's more lines to cross.
And there's more people. Yes.
There's more feelings.
There's more to get wrong.
Do you think in a threesome, in this threesome,
what do you
as
wanna
the
eat?
man?
Oh
my God.
Where do you want to go?
What you gonna eat? What you wanna do?
She was eating something else. Like,
Yeah.
oh man. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. As the man in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
can you ever be like in a mood, like or like I don't like
What?
I don't feel like I'm getting enough attention.
Oh yeah, say they were like really clicked up.
Like, what about me?
You know what's it's interesting you said.
Sis.
Good question, but it's interesting. You
I
said
don't feel
because
hurt.
we're looking at it as David Haye's the focal point of this relationship.
He's just a part of it.
He's 1 or 3.
Whereas it might be
No, he's not. He's 50% in there. They're 25. Let's be honest.
There's 2 quarters there.
but you got to look at it as it might have been one of them that said
that called it on.
like I'm on you, like let's make this like happen kind of thing. And then she was like, yeah, like cool.
I'd assume, one of them, at least one of them has to be bisexual.
I think both.
Oh, I mean, at least one.
But that's assuming they all have sex like together. Is it a relationship or like a threesome?
Throuple. Is that a throuple?
Goddamn.
Yeah,
So if it's like a couple relationship thing,
It's not everything. It's everything. It's
We share everything.
Yeah.
foot rubs.
Yeah.
2 cups of tea when you go
4 feet on a foot rub. Massa.
That's bad dish.
Oh, there's bare dishes. Queuing for the shower. It's long, man.
I mean, you go out on more or less dates
Less.
because every date is a double date. So you go out less, or do you have to? I don't know, man.
Birthdays, Christmas must be X. Like,
I would actually love to know. Come on, man. There's got to be someone in the Mandem community that's
someone who out there has been
some relationship with polygamy.
A non-conventional setup. But this is where we are, man. There's like, can't be frowning on things anymore. There's
I don't frown on it. I
kink shaming and all that. I just need some. I just want answers. It's very intriguing. And personally, I can only see one benefit. That you just live out your childhood, boyhood dream. Probably not every night.
Yeah, what if you do like you've been like it's always been threesome sexually, and one night you're like, nah, that's feels like too much work.
Which one you cut out?
Bro, it's double the amount of decisions, bro. What I want in my life going forward and always have is less decisions. Less is more sometimes, you know.
Nah, he said more is more. It's more.
Big up David Haye. Body's still in ridiculous condition.
Yeah.
Still in ridiculous condition.
Ridiculous
condition. Boy, he must have fixed his Achilles as well, innit? You're going to need that.
Yeah. That's why he retired.
You're going to need that Achilles,
He
boy.
said, I need it for some serious work. Thruple, man. Yeah, I'm going to stick with my tuple for now.
Yeah, man.
And we'll see how it plays out for
Tuple can run.
for big time.
What else have we got? Rich, I think there was something you wanted to talk about.
Well, yeah, I can't remember who mentioned it. It was actually a leftover from last week. I think it was Dan, but I felt like you probably would have had arguably the most, realistically the most to say on it. It was about, I guess it was essentially about Ghanaian culture and how.
I think it was, she said, the girl said, I think she said African.
African.
Yeah,
I
so
guess
she went for the whole continent.
the whole continent, everybody
From
Egypt to Zimbabwe.
Yeah. She went from the Moroccan.
No, I felt like it was Ghanaian,
all
but
the way down to.
what did she say exactly, Dan? That men and women are raised very differently.
Yeah, she effectively said like men or young African men are like mollycoddled, and like they are treated like princes, kings, and she thinks that somewhat reinforces misogyny in the culture. And I saw it and I was like, I can't comment too much. But it'd be interesting to know if that's the case, or if that is the case in Caribbean culture, if it's across the diaspora.
I think being Ghanaian, I get what she said.
Okay, straight off top.
And you can...
Yeah, go on, Les. Go on. Like, we're not making any excuses today.
You can
talk your shit.
You can see it. And I'm not saying in my household it's not explicit as that, but you notice the difference.
Yeah.
But then me personally, I've never taken that as I sort of refrain from having that relationship, because I think something we kind of touched on before, it's when you step out into the world, like I want to be able to do everything on my own. Like I don't need like my partner to do nothing for me. Don't need my mum to do nothing for me.
Strong, independent black man.
Yeah. It'd be great to have someone around and you can share these things and whatnot. But yeah, I'm doing my thing on my own. But then there's others
out there, man,
who you can see that is within them. They're not like that completely, but you can see it's...
What you say, tendencies?
Tendencies is the word. There's the tendency to have that. So it's that I'm the... This is... So it's like, I get what she's saying. But I think your parents also probably have to maybe very old school. I think if they're very old school, then they will raise you how they were raised.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that mentality in Western world and in the world that we live in today it's not gonna fly. You won't get far with it.
We have to luck out and find a missus who was also raised by parents with the old school views. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely get what she's saying.
And do you think there's like a difference in how, and this is like not just your household, cousins, family, friends, in how like the men and the women are like raised, like young boys versus the young girls?
Yeah. I think there's a.
What are these? Point out some of them if any come to mind.
I think more so it's more leniency.
Okay.
So boys get, like, the parents are more lenient on
Get a bly.
the boys. They get a bly. There's you can kind of get away with more things.
Would you say there's lower expectations for men?
I think low is not probably the right word.
Or different?
Different.
Okay.
I think they're different. I think the girls are more raised to, and again, this is a traditional sense / old school. It's, you're gonna be a wife one day. You're gonna have kids one day, so you gotta be like mother ready.
Has
wife
anyone ever
ready.
heard you're going to be a husband one day?
No.
Not once in my life, you know.
No.
How they do that is by bringing you just plates of food.
Yeah.
I'd say don't no housework. Like,
Yeah. So there's that difference. Whereas I think with the men, it's one, they're gonna let you figure it out, but it's you gotta be a man about it. So it's not so much the forceful of being a provider, but like you have to lean towards like that side. But yeah, I think if you're in my eyes, if you're unfortunate and you have parents who are like that, it will, they'll raise you in a way where you can spot them, man. You can definitely
I
feel like I can spot them, man.
You can definitely spot them, man. You can
like
spot
Jamie
them.
said, what the man with a low credit score.
That guy.
Someone start a man with a low credit score. What the
He was
fuck?
credit shaming, you know.
No.
You can spot them, man. You can spot them in mostly how they speak and how they speak.
Saying
tone, how they speak with you, and then how they speak with women, or how they speak to men and how they speak to women. You can tell. Yeah, but then I think depending on where in Africa, I think it varies. I don't think Ghanaians are so much like that.
Hey,
there are other.
he's here to clear it.
Let them
There are other
stand.
African nations.
Trying to differentiate.
There are other African nations that I think
It's more prominent.
it's more prominent.
Would you say, because something I've, at least from observation, would you say that, I'll say Ghanaian, so specific to you, would you say it's a matriarchy more than a patriarchy in terms of how the household is raised? I'll ask you as well, actually, Dan, in Caribbean, because I don't know, I feel like, remember the question, I'm just going to finish.
Yeah.
I guess my dad not being around, it had to be a matriarchy, innit?
Yeah.
But I still feel that quite a few Caribbean households they're run by the mom, by the woman. But I don't know, you tell me. Both of you, really.
Go on.
I think from a Ghanaian standpoint, my family, mum, like clean as day. But then I think it depends on your family setup, your dynamic.
Yeah.
The one parent's there, the other one isn't. But then I think things always tend to lean more towards the mother side, I feel. In my family, it's definitely mother, like, all of that side. The other side, not so much, if at all. But looking at other Ghanaian and African families, I think the mother take, because they, from in our generation anyway, they did everything. They looked after us. They made sure we went to school. They would be at home when we got home. Like, they would do like everything. Dads were set up to be providers, bring the money home, and then kind of just like,
chill out.
make sure you ain't fucking up too much. And then I'll step in. Other than that, mum's got to have it on the wraps. So yeah, definitely more women raised. I would say. But yeah, it's interesting to know what it is in Caribbean culture.
It's a good question, Rich. Like, and I'd say for me in my house, mom did like everything, like from like homework, the whole cooking, like just everything, like not just everything. But then at the same time,
that doesn't mean that it's that the woman necessarily runs the house doing everything as well.
No, I still think that like it was like a paid, like dad's the head of the house. Like we're going out, he's taking us.
Yeah.
We turn up, he's the voice.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But then at the same time, mum did did it all kind of thing, and had the capability to do it all. Where I think dad probably had somewhat capability, but it was more of like a figurehead type thing. But yeah, I think across the Caribbean, it's probably I'd lean towards patriarchy, you know.
Okay, Caribbean.
Yeah.
I feel like I would typically say it's I would say the opposite, which is good.
Oh yeah,
which is interesting. Yeah, I'd say it's matriarchy. Do you know more so why? In fact, again, maybe it's skewed by the sample somewhat and what I'm looking at.
Yeah. And as I said, dynamics plays a massive part.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I'm using some like arbitrary kind of facts or ways of upbringing. Another tweet I saw quite a while ago now. I meant to share it in the group. Some girl talking about how Caribbean men are bare domesticated.
Yeah.
So with that, and I'd noticed that as well. I feel like with that in mind, you feel that it's a matriarchy because it's usually the mum who's bare domesticated. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's up in the air. But I feel I tend to typically feel that I'd say Caribbeans are for me it's typically matriarchy. I would also, from my observations of Ghanaian households or culture, I feel like Ghanaians tend to be matriarchy too. I would say again from observation, I feel like Nigerian is 100% patriarchy, but this is just my observation. I'm not saying it's fact.
These are just anecdotal evidence. Yeah. But yeah, no, it'd be good to know.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Setups and their views on matriarchy, misogyny.
Would you say, just a question actually to push the point or expand it a bit more, would you say one is better than the other? Or like one may produce a particular kind of individual versus the other?
I'd probably lean towards saying that you might be more well-rounded in terms of looking after yourself in a matriarchy. I think because you're gonna see kind of how things
in terms of day-to-day stuff.
Yeah. How are we gonna survive this day? I mean, in a patriarchy, you might not be able to cook or clean or use the washing machine,
but all the shelves are perfectly level.
Yeah. Things are done. Like you don't mind a little bit of hardship. You don't mind speaking out in public. You don't mind a tussle. You stand up for yourself, kind of thing. So there's pros and cons.
For sure.
But yeah, I think we need both.
Yeah.
Balance, as they say.
Yeah, you definitely need balance. And I think growing up with, I guess probably most of my life now, growing up with more so the mother side, you see it. You must live life through a different. You have your own perspective, but you see it different.
Would you say you see what different when you say it?
So you just see. You see life not through, because they obviously live their own separate private lives. But you, how can I put this?
It's a lens, isn't it? Still,
they're different to you, but you, as a man, the only reference you almost have is them. But you're not like them, so they can't do. We can't do what
you can't match it.
So it's almost I see what you lot are doing, and I can take things from that, but then I have to figure out
the rest,
the me part, the male part,
right?
Yeah. You got to figure it out.
Because you could, and there's nothing wrong with it, but you could go almost completely one way and then you miss this part. So when you get into, if it's like Mandem where it's all Mandem, then you're a little bit like, oh, this is like
underdeveloped in a particular area for sure.
Whereas when you have that part and then you are aware of, you've grown up with the other side, it's, you can have the good. I feel like I have a good balance of both.
No, I feel you on that one still.
Yeah, let's not raise misogynistic sons, man.
Yeah, man.
Or let's try not to, at least. But yeah, it's a very interesting topic still.
Very interesting. Does anyone have any bring-ins for the new year? Any new content knocking around, lads?
I'm still watching White Lotus.
Oh yes, was it a bring-in, Dan, or did you tell me personally about it?
I think I might have told you personally. I can't remember.
Is it good?
Yeah. It is good.
Like the thumbnail looks like something I would never watch.
It's good.
I'm hearing it's quite good.
Spooky way.
I'm hearing it's getting like good reviews.
Okay.
And I've heard about.
I'm on to season 2 now, so. But it's very slow moving. But it just keeps you like watching and watching. But nothing crazy happens. But you're still kind of like
tuning in,
just locked in. It's shot well. It's based in like Hawaii on some like private island, like with a hotel. So it looks good. But yeah, it's decent, man. I'm watching that at the minute. White Lotus, that's on Sky, courtesy of HBO. Music bringing this week. In terms of bringing kids up, we spoke about that. My song, it's not misogynistic, but it's the father side of everything. The song's called Black Kings.
Okay.
And it's by Source Walker and Babyface Ray, who's one of my favorite rappers at the minute. And that's off Source Ghetto Gospel 3. Good, positive, patriarchal music.
Yeah, see, I've been watching a lot of TV, but series now I'm watching
Kaleidoscope.
No, I've seen Kaleidoscope. It's a good watch. It's a fun, interesting watch. That you can watch it in any order. I think it's already preset in random orders for most people. So you can watch it straight out of the gate. But I'm currently watching, I think I've got a couple episodes left, is called, oh my God, I'm going to forget the name. It's on Disney Plus. It has Steve Carell in it. Oh, shit, man. Basically, he's a therapist who gets kidnapped. And I'm still waiting to see how
trying to find it.
The story goes. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my God. The Patient is what it's called.
Okay, and it's a series, yeah?
Yes, 10 episodes, I think, on Disney Plus. But yeah, so far so good. Music-wise, I'm surprised I've not bought it before because it's been out for some time now. But it's a song off Little Sim's latest album called No Thank You. Very, 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 very good album. And the tune is called Gorilla. Like, she's rapping her ass off in this.
I got so much time for this. I liked her a lot. I can't remember what the last one was called now, but I had the last one. TV, I mentioned it earlier. The series I've started watching recently is Yellowstone. Available on Paramount Plus. It's got 5 seasons, so there's a lot of content. 5. I didn't realize. I thought it had like a season or 2.
Same.
It's got 5 seasons.
We watch it at Paramount
Plus. Yeah. It also
what's that? Another platform?
Another one.
Yeah. But I think it comes, if you have Sky, it comes with it.
Okay. If you have Sky, it comes with Sky. Yeah. There's also like 1982 or 1972. I think there's 1927. There's 2 other series
spin-offs
that are earlier
prequels, isn't it?
They're both prequel series. So I guess I'll check that out once I've completed Yellowstone.
A lot of content,
so it's a lot of content. But no, I quite enjoy Yellowstone. It's interesting. It shows you
slow one though, isn't it?
Bit of a slow one. No, the first episode, a lot happens. It gets you started. I've just started season 2. It's good. It just shows you kind of, for me, like a life that I've never even thought about. Like, what does a cowboy do?
Yeah.
Like,
ride a horse around.
Yeah, herding cattle but it's quite interesting because they're like kind of stuck in like the old world, but they're in the new time.
As well,
it's about the indigenous people. About like they're allowed to build casinos on their land, and it's like there's a lot of like corporate world meets the old school. Like, one man just wants to punch you up, innit? Another man wants to take you to court, and it's like the mixture of all those things is very, very interesting.
I started it and I just thought, I can't. I'm not.
It's a lot.
Not right now. Yeah,
it's a lot to
right
get in. Yeah, so
Can't watch that one late at night.
No. You wanna focus. But Yellowstone Paramount Plus.
Nice.
I recommend it so far anyway. And then my second bringing, or my music bringing, it's really courtesy of Dan. One of Dan's bringings for the year was Jasmine Sullivan's Hotels.
Let's go, man.
I downloaded the deluxe.
Yes, it's essential
And
listening.
I've been spinning it, and it's
a
so
joke
good
of
to
it.
hear a woman's perspective on a lot of kind of everyday life, or like a lot of shit you
So
see popping
good.
up in social media.
Yeah.
And I like the skits a lot as well.
It's a Ray's one.
It's a Ray's one.
It's a Ray.
It's alright.
Oh, it's a Ray sketch. Yeah.
Mad,
yeah.
twisted end.
Yeah. I like that one. I like a lot of them. I like Ari's tale. It's Ari Lennox.
Yes.
But the song I'm gonna bring is "Put It Down," and I like what like Mandem who listen to this will be like, that's really the song he's bringing in. But I think
Sounds like it's in reference to David Haye.
no, bro. I don't know actually, but it's a hit. I think it's a fucking hit. And I hope there's one woman that speaks about me in the world like this. I just hope there's one, just one, maybe half.
We could pray.
That will do. But yeah, no, it's a big tune, big album as well. That is episode 267.
Yeah, man.
First of the year.
Yeah.
It's the Mandem Podcast.
Keep it locked.
Yeah, I fuck with the album.